as a young professional is to realize the William Gibson quote, which is the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed.
How would you describe artificial intelligence with your definition?
Sure. Artificial intelligence, to me, is a set of techniques and capabilities to help devices have more cognitive ability, make decisions, be aware, learn, things like that. And there's a number of techniques under the field of AI. But I think that's the easiest way to think about it.
If you think about careers that used to be in existence,
right.
AI coming in with some smarter technologies and potentially some efficiencies as well.
Sure.
How would you think that impacts, or what would you say it solves for kind of careers going forward?
Absolutely. I like to think of a concept called computable, which is a little bit bigger than AI, but it contains AI. And so what computability is? A task is computable when you have the level of knowledge times the level of digitization. So you have lots of knowledge about how to do something, like do a painting or whatever, that is low digitization, it's not computable. If you have high digitization, but you don't know how it really works, like how drugs work in the body, low computability. Right. And so you look back to jobs, you look in the history of something like insurance companies, right? If you watch a 1940s movie, and if there's anything about, the accountants in the back with the green shades, right, all that stuff, all those people are gone. Because what happened was, let's say when you go get car insurance from Geico or from Progressive or somebody like that, that's all computable now, right? They take 4 or 5 variables about you. They have a pricing matrix that has literally tens of millions of options in it, and then they give you a price. That's all computed. Well, that used to be done by a human being, right? Right. And so all those jobs are gone. The question you have to ask yourself is my job going to be computable? Right. That's on the downside. On the upside, if you understand how to, because most of these things, most of the time only part of the job is computable. 10%, 15%, 85%, 90%. Yeah. If you're the person who can wield that computer and wield that computability and wield AI, then the world is your oyster.
Right. So I think about a student in college hearing this now,
right.
How can you get started in learning about the AI field?
Sure.
And plugging in.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's 2 things that I would advise every student in college or anywhere in life, or even young professionals. One is, do you know how to sell stuff? If you know how to sell stuff, stuff's always going to have to be sold. And if you can sell stuff, end of story. We did the study of self-made billionaires. Over 3/4 of them had been in sales or some kind of sales function. Right. So selling stuff will always be in vogue, whether there's robots have 90% of the economy, somebody's going to have to sell the robot something, right? Or whatever. So that's one thing. The other thing is your passion plus math AI. Okay, so if you can do tax and you understand, AI. If you can do accounting and you understand math and statistics and AI. Right. If you do art and you understand that, right? If you do music and, right, you look at Ray Kurzweil, he was at the intersection of music and math, right? Right. So that, it's really times, means that you'll always be employable. So AI is all around you already. So, and a lot of people don't know that. So there's that. The second thing is that the capability set goes up a ton when you have the threshold effect. So what I mean by threshold effect is now that we have cell phones and smartphones everywhere, plus satellites, we have all this new capability where, you can do everything from Uber to smart routing to, things like WeWork. You change the nature of space because you can coordinate with this information overlay. That's all got embedded intelligence in it. The next wave is coming with the Internet of Things, right? And that's depending upon which industry you're in, either fully deployed or partially deployed. So if you look at agriculture, they're already at the Internet of Things. Right?
Yeah.
John Deere's combines can drive themselves. They're guided by satellites. They have robot. I mean, not all farmers, but they have robot. Trucks that go out and grab the corn and bring it back. The whole routine. And now they're fighting in that industry between, okay, does the cooperative, folks like Land O'Lakes, own the precision ag data, or does John Deere, right? Or Monsanto?
Right.
Because they know that information layer is going to be super important.